Had the headliners, Fanning, Smith, move on into round 4, and then we started seeing the upsets unfold. Upset word has been used a lot this season, and we're just getting started. How did Conor Coffin take out Parko in this one, Pete?
It was because he was unfazed. This kid did not let the lights and the stage and all of those things that you would think a rookie would feel affect him. It didn't at all. He looked more relaxed. It's almost like his free surfs with everybody looks stiffer than he does in a heat. It's a crazy thing to see that someone like that can, that hasn't had to be able to deal with that type of pressure. I said it before. He came out there. He had to come from behind because Parko had an early lead. It's exactly what Parko wanted to do. And again, unfazed by Conor Coffin.
Well, Conor came out with an 8.1 on his first wave, so he did have the single highest score. I think the thing that got Joel back in the lead was a couple of quick waves, so Conor just bided his time. He just knew he needed one more decent wave to get himself back in. But I was impressed with the way Joel surfed. And it's some antics right here. Joel surfed unreal. I thought he was showing energy. He was showing like he really wanted to win again.
Also checking out the wave that made the big difference for Conor Coffin. Had a beautiful section here, nailed it off the top, and then this is the layback he's been using as a secret weapon in his first 2 starts. His different versions of it, he might be able to use this all the way here at Bells Beach.
Well, you look at that type of move, and we've seen someone that he probably surfs with quite a lot. Dane Reynolds do somewhat similar at Hawaii, not quite as extreme, but I'll tell you, it was just as exciting, especially in the circumstances in which it was done in. It was high pressure. He did need a score. It was good that he actually went out there and kind of like nailed in the coffin, right? I mean, it was a solid 8-point ride. Took a nice easy lead, 2 points ahead.
Conor moving on to round 4 in his first start ever at Bells. Well, the upsets didn't start there with former world champions Michel Perez against the greatest of all time, Kelly Slater, with 11 world titles and 4 Bells. Kelly broke it down, said he took a bad wave, turned around, and Michel Perez kind of took the momentum.
Yeah, Michel, I've been waiting for this to happen with Michel. Michel surfs really good in tricky waves. 2 of his wins came in Margaret River and over there in Brazil. So for me, it was just a matter of time before Michel clicked with Bells Beach. This is one of the trickiest waves on the planet. Kelly surfed good. He just, I think, made one mistake, fell off on one of his good waves, and I think, to me, that was the difference.
A tough one for Kelly, another slow start. And Pete, you had a chat with Kelly right after this one. How was his energy, and what are his thoughts on the world title after this loss?
Well, I mean, if you really kind of dissect his demeanor, I think he's kind of wondering what's going on, because a lot of times those things just happen naturally for him, where all of a sudden the wave would be there at the end and he'd just surf it to and get the score that he needed, and those things aren't happening anymore. So it's now kind of grasping a little bit at what's going on, and I think that it's a little bit of I can't really put my finger on it. Because age has nothing to do with the ocean bringing you. I mean, it's mojo, though, and he just doesn't have that mojo right now.
Has he used all his luck? I mean, 50 plus wins on the World Tour, 11 world titles. I mean, luck's got to run out sooner or later.
Well, right there, you look at the numbers. Michel Perez taking out the best of all time. It was interesting, too. The boys downstairs were saying, who do you want to see in a heritage sheet? Kelly could be in those as well. You think of the rivalries he's had over the last couple of decades with Beshin over the years, and obviously we continued on with more upsets as far as big names are concerned. John Florence put as one of the best surfers in the world without a world title. Lost to the rookie Kyle Abelli. Potts were sitting next to each other for this matchup. How'd you see Kyle winning this one?
Well, it was just he was on the better waves, Joe. I think he managed. He picked the good ones. He didn't make any mistakes. The ones he did get, he had to ride them. I mean, John was surfing incredibly well. Watch this turn right here. We talk about layback snap. There's one of the best in the world as far as I'm concerned. But look at the waves that Kyle got. Look at this thing. It was double the size. It allowed him that first opening big turn there that really was the difference. And then he linked the maneuvers all the way through the inside. So Kyle surfed a smart heat. He didn't try anything over the top. He just didn't make any mistakes, and I think that was the difference in that.
I've been able to watch a lot of these free surfs, and Kyle has been a standout in my eyes. He really has been putting the time in here, and he's surfing the place to a T for not ever having a ton of experience, and everyone talking about how tricky this wave is and how hard it is to choose the right waves. Kyle has been able to do that. He's just been innate, and he's clicked right in.
How close that hit is, I mean.
Right, Potts. Those numbers are incredible. They both had 7.67s. They're 7.87 to a 7.83. It was almost hard to make the decision for the panel upstairs, but Kyle moves on to round 4. Again, more upsets here in 2016. Another rookie, this guy, Davey Cathles, knew how to be on the best waves against the world champion Gabriel Medina, Pete.
I mean, just real quick, Davey Cathles has been a standout in all of the free surfs as well. including the Gold Coast. You looked at what he's been doing. He has been, turning heads, and it's showing now because he's doing it in the heats as well.
Medina all of a sudden has a sleepy start, just like he did last season, but we know he can make a comeback. What could have Medina done to take out Cathles in this one, Potts?
Well, I think he needed to watch that last heat with John. John was on the smaller waves, trying to milk them through. It didn't end up happening for him. So Medina did exactly what John did. Davey was on the biggest set waves. You can see his waves were almost double the size. His turns were done on the big Bells Bowl. That's what it's all about here at Bells Beach. You milk those ones all the way through the inside. Once you get past a certain phase on the wave, I think that the turns become kind of almost irrelevant. It's all got to be done. The damage is all got to be done on that outside section, and Davey did exactly that.
Cathles was so happy to be in a position to compete, to win against the world champ. Weird things happened in this matchup. Medina had priority at the end, took off on a really small wave, just touched the whitewater section. His leash fell off. He had to body surf all the way through the inside. We just knew he was running out of time, and just kept to this reoccurring theme early in the season where you really can't count on the guys with experience to take out big wins here.